Hello and welcome to Good Darts, episode 18, coming live and in person from Bristol in the southwest. Before we get going, as always, let's meet the players. Hello, I'm Harry Pugh, and to my right, both physically and politically, it's Jeremy, fiscally conservative, socially liberal, Flynn.
I'm not smart enough to understand that, but I'm assuming it's an insult. I need to start doing one for you, actually. But
I haven't got any credits.
That's okay. You've got darting credits.
Yeah, that is well, hardly. My darts team don't. There's a lot of guys in my darts league who show up with they've got like a clipboard and they're all monitoring who gets like most highest checkouts, all this sort of stuff, which I think is quite fun. Like, obviously, it's a very low bar, but
sure, I
kind of do wish my team there was a stats man. But
what's your average? Do you know?
I
guess the doubles.
I was cutting my hair asked me this the other day.
Oh yeah,
because I have a big chat with them about darts. Tried to plug the pod.
Oh yeah,
completely ignored it. We had this big chat about getting a dartboard in the barber shop, and we had a big chat about it. He was it's nice to have someone in who really loves darts. I was like, yeah, it's great. Yeah, well, I've been doing this podcast, and he just paused, and then we never mentioned it again.
So, you ruined it.
Yeah, so hopefully he's listening. Yeah, somebody be like, what's it called? Nope, thought, who's this fucking idiot? Right, it's a World Cup preview episode.
We've got World Cup fever.
We've got World Cup fever, and we're not talking about the football.
Nope.
It's the PDC Bet Victor World Cup of Darts coming up this Thursday.
Correct.
I believe it starts in Frankfurt, Germany. Very different affair to the footballing one in that you still get tickets for €20. So suck on that, Infantino.
Yeah, exactly. The people sport.
No water bottles in the stadium because the Germans lob them at Luke Littler. We're going to do a preview of some of the bookies' favourites, few of the wild cards, few of our cult heroes from the worlds of which there's a couple of them. There's some glaring omissions. Spoiler alert, the Japanese Stephen Bunting is not there.
No JSB for JSB stands. I mean, the first thing to say is I say it over and over again at this time of year, but it's such a good format.
Why don't you explain the format to the fans?
It's pairs. Teams are made up of two darts players, and they used to mix it up. So initially, it used to be that one person would play one person from the other team, then the other two would play, and if it was a draw, they would play a game of doubles, of taking it in turns, which was fun, but it very rarely went to the third game because normally one team was so much better than the other. So you actually got very little doubles play. So it must have been a few years ago they scrapped it and just went, right, it's just straight doubles. So taking it in turns to throw, which adds such a fun element.
It's so much fun.
And obviously the pressure of throwing a double, which is already massive, when there's an element of letting your teammate down, just adds a lovely dynamic to the sport of darts.
It does. Or for someone like me who's always looking to pass the buck,
it
actually takes a whole lot of pressure off because you think, well, if I miss this,
someone else
could clean up my mess.
Someone come and clean it up. There's also a little bit of there's lovely bits of sort of thinking about what doubles to leave, like your checkout routes and stuff, because yours might not be the same as other people. So there's often a little bit of deliberating into which way to go for checking out, and it's just lovely. And the camaraderie, as we've seen in previous years, is phenomenal to see.
It's incredible. It's meant to be, in theory, it should be the top two ranked players. It all gets a bit murky further sort of down. It's 48 teams, and obviously you've got these sort of superstar pairings like Littler and Humphreys, who we get onto, MVG and Jan Van Veen, and then you'll have the Indian pairing, which is Nitin Kumar, who is there at the Worlds, big cult hero, and then another Indian bloke who is good, but he's got through, because often the other kind of non-darting nations will have one sort of standout performer, and then it's a bit of a mad dash for who's going to pair them, and they're going through all of these sort of strange regional tournaments. But there's 4 seeded teams who will come in at the round 2 or at the semi-finals, I believe, and those are England, Northern Ireland, last year's winners, Josh Rock and Daryl Superchin Gurney.
Fantastic.
The Dutch and Who is the other one?
The Dutch, the English, not the Welsh, is it?
And
'Cause of Gezzy
Scotland.
and Scotland.
Yes, so the Welsh would have been in it, but as we get on to, Going Price isn't there this year. So because they haven't got him, their collective ranking isn't high enough, so they're going straight in at the start. So some poor part-time farmer from New Zealand is going to have to face up to the ferret.
Yeah. And the ferret's been in fine fettle, so hopefully he'll be. But big shoes to fill for whoever's replacing Gezzy Price, which we'll get onto. But
yeah,
he's going to be feeling the heat.
Yeah.
Speaking of the heat, of course, the Australians are normally, because it's been Hetter and Whitlock, hasn't it, in previous years? But Simon Whitlock isn't around.
That is a great loss.
Yeah, really great loss, because the Australians were always good value, and they had lovely bonds, Hetter and Whitlock.
Yeah, he's got a clash. He's got an arm wrestling tournament that day.
He's got to focus on his arm
So he's
wrestling.
got 25 quid on the table.
Can't turn down that. That's money in his pocket.
It's so much fun. It's also got a sort of weird. It should be a bigger tournament than it is. Like, there's still tickets available. It's in Germany. It often seems to take place in the sort of what I would describe as a leisure centre. It's always like an incredibly well lit hall.
Yeah.
Full of Germans, which is odd because the Germans travel in such numbers to like other tournaments.
Yeah.
So it's bizarre. It kind of doesn't get the credit it deserves.
It's always in Germany.
It was in Germany last year. I don't know if it's always in Frankfurt, but it has been. We should know that.
You should probably know that.
But yeah, a lot of fun. Last year, Josh Rock and Daryl Gurney won it in an absolute ding dong against Clayton and Gezzy.
Some of the best scenes of recent darts memories.
Sobbing afterwards.
Yeah. And Gurney was, because Josh Rock was in unbelievable form. He was breathtaking. He was a maximum machine. And Daryl Gurney, you felt like he was trying his best, but he's not quite at that level.
Yeah.
So that's where that sort of lovely sort of team spirit comes in, of Gurney sort of knowing he wasn't quite as good, but trying to do his best to score well and check out when he needed to. It was brilliant. And the scenes of them two crying on the stage afterwards.
I would just recommend anyone who hasn't seen it to watch the clip when they sink that final dart, and afterwards, like they both like run off in different directions.
Yeah.
After they hit the finish. I think it's Daryl Gurney hits the match start.
Yeah.
And they kind of peel off, and then they're just jumping around, and Gezzy and Clayton are kind of chuffed for them.
Yeah. They do a lovely embrace, and then they both sort of fall to their knees whilst hugging.
They're big boys as well.
Big, beefy boys.
Yeah.
And then they're both sort of like drop to their knees and are kind of hugging each other whilst kneeling on the stage and sobbing. It is beautiful to watch.
It is all because it's quite an sort of national sport, darts, if that makes sense, in that like you very rarely, like, you're not playing for England, you're often playing for yourself, you're not playing for Wales, like, you obviously get a bit of it. Case in point, Gezzy wearing the St George's Cross top in a sort of Welsh English Premier League final. Like, they're not, it's very much you rather than your country.
And people don't generally tend to favour. I mean, obviously sometimes you might get like a Humphreys versus Gezzy, and you might, if it's in England, you might get more English people cheering on Humphreys. But say if, like Luke Littler was playing Johnny Clayton, for example, I think most English people would probably still be rooting for Johnny Clayton.
Yeah, well, I think that's pivoted. I mean, it's
like popular. Its popularity is not based on your nationality at all, I would say, in darts.
Yeah, it's far more personality based, or kind of cult hero based. I mean, like, we've seen it all throughout the Premier League and the world's like all the shit Littler was getting and Humphreys were getting in comparison to like the love that Gezzy and Clayton were getting, for example.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's spicy. There's a lot of little subplots. Like I said, we're going to get into some of the favourites. Just before we do that, if you are listening and you're enjoying the podcast, please like it. Follow us on your YouTubes, your Instagram, your TikTok. Most importantly, leave us a review on your podcast platform.
That's very helpful.
Choice.
A good review.
A good review. Yeah.
Leave us a good review.
Yeah. So that guy on TikTok who said, "Thrilling chat, fellas." Suck your mum.
Also, it's a darts podcast. Like, at no point have we ever claimed that it was going to be thrilling.
Some guy,
there's minimal thrills.
There's a clip about us laughing at adult men who wear Luke Littler tops, and someone was like, it's even weirder to talk about it, and I was like, that guy's got a Luke Littler top.
Yeah. And I don't think it is. I don't think it is weirder talking about
No,
it.
it's weird. What's weirder? Us pointing out that you're wearing a child, you're dressed up as a child. You fucking man, baby. Like,
adult in a Littler shirt is weird, and I'll die on that hill.
it is weird. But there will be no Littler shirts this weekend for two reasons. They're in Germany, they fucking hate him. And our brave boys, the two Lukes, bookies' favourites, understandably, will be wearing the England top.
Which is quite gross.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like it's been, like, it looks like a Sunday League top.
Really does. I don't know what it is, but I've never seen a darts shirt and gone, that looks sick.
Nike and Adidas are yet to venture into the darts top games.
It's a bad look. I mean, we've talked about it before with the school trousers and the school shoes, but it's generally a bad look. I've very rarely seen a dart. My wife's Michael Smith shirt with the bull on the back is the closest I've seen to a dart shirt and gone, that's class.
Yeah.
And it's mainly because it's Michael Smith.
I like Gary Anderson's kind of throwback one, which is like a sort of Cuban shirt style.
He's got that little patch of tartan on the arm.
Yeah,
it's just vintage Anderson.
That's nice.
But no, the England top is not anything to write home about. Humphreys and Littler should, by all accounts, blow everyone away. But as we saw last year, it's not as simple as that at the World Cup. Yeah,
they lost last year to the Germans, to Martin Schindler, and was it still Pikachu last year?
I think so.
Yeah. Of which more on him later. But it was, they should be there. There's a few reasons why they won't win it. And those reasons are thousands and thousands of vicious Germans.
Yeah.
Booing them within an inch of their life. Luke Littler has basically sworn off ever stepping foot on German soil.
Well, he said famously before the last World Cup that he was never going to Germany again, forgetting the World Cup was in Germany. Then he had to go, crashed out in the second round due to relentless booing.
Yes. But I think what's probably interesting this year is that Luke Littler spent an entire season being booed.
He's had his pelters.
And obviously it affects him a lot in that he's visibly very sad and very emotional about it. But also it started to turn where you sort of started to poke the bear a little bit. And as he kind of matures as a player and as a man, he channels that hatred.
He does. And he does seem to, you can see him getting more sort of defiant on the stage with the booing and stuff. And I hope we see a really good showing from the Lukes, because together they should be unmatchable.
I mean, it's probably, I was reading something that it's probably the best kind of doubles pairing sort of in history, just in terms of like for a World Cup, like for a whole bunch of reasons, the pairs aren't always the best two players for a bunch of reasons, but actually it's literally the world number one and world number two insanely decorated darts players, two world champions, two Premier League champions, also both just in like pretty scary form.
I mean, that final of the Premier League between the two of them was so good.
Yeah.
That there is no reason why they shouldn't piss this tournament.
But saying that, they just lost. It's just Nordic Masters has just gone, of which MVG beat Luke Humphreys in the final.
Oh.
There. Luke Humphreys mismatched darts to win it.
Lukey.
But it's because he's got one eye. Doing it for the nation.
On the WC.
Uniting the country after a testy week at home. Whether or not he was at those rallies is still to be confirmed.
A lot of darts fans, though.
But you'd think if they can harness the booze.
Yeah.
I think the challenge obviously is like you can harness the booze, but if they're all sort of whistling and every time you're trying to throw and things like that. But I think one thing about Littler is when he hasn't won a trophy, which is a mad thing to say about a 19-year-old, but when he's so on trying to like pick up absolutely every, like there's a handful of gongs that he hasn't got, and the World Cup is one of them. He's always looking to prove people wrong. He's always looking to go like, yeah, you boo me.
Yeah.
So expect a big rendition of 3 German bombers.
Come
from
on,
the
Luke's.
teenager.
Yeah, we'll be rooting for you.
So yeah, Bookie's favourite. I think that, yeah, the defining thing there is like, can you handle the booze?
Mm.
Are you both on it? It is also, I think, the doubles, because I don't think it's as straightforward like we were saying. It's just you two are the best. You two win.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's actually an entirely, in the same way that different formats suit different players well. Like Littler's particularly good over a long format. A doubles thing is very different because you're waiting longer to throw. You know, you're throwing every other go.
Can't get into a rhythm as much. Yeah.
Luckily, they're very different players, but they're both quite fast players.
They're pacey boys. But yeah, I think it must be, if you've constantly sort of rehearsed, as it were, to take it in turns with one other person, then you being sort of every 1 in 3 or whatever, like that extra weight shouldn't make much of a difference. But for some of them, you can see that they then have to go like, oh, what am I on? Like, whereas normally they must be thinking like 3 or 4 moves ahead. And now they're like, okay, what's he doing? What's he got? Right now, I need to think about where I'm going to leave another person rather than themselves. So it can just makes a new, interesting dynamic to the already perfect sport.
It's also, I think, so much of like great darts players is about like, if I do what I can do, it's up to you to challenge me. And that's the case with Humphreys and Littler, Littler in particular, but for both of them, and with all of the kind of really top players, they're like, if I'm there, I mean, if you're Littler and you're like, if I'm not my best, there is nobody better than me.
Yeah.
So if I do what I need to do, and so much of his game is about like seizing control, and just playing in a way that just makes it impossible to keep up with him, you lose that element of control, which adds a bit of spice.
Yeah, you're right, actually, because darts is one of those sports that if you play brilliantly, there's literally nothing the other person can do. Like if you're scoring really high and checking out first time, you can't beat the other person. But you're right. It is out of their control because they'll always have that element of, it's not just how good you play. It's you have to both be at the same level.
It would be lovely if they hit a doubles 9.
Oh, imagine that. Has that ever happened?
I don't know. And I don't know if that's something that we should know, but I mean, I'm sure it's happened in the world, but in a
doubles 9 would be fantastic.
Really, really fantastic. But again, I think that's like so different again, because like when someone's on a 9, it's often like it's so fast and it's so about them being hyper focused on that thing. Like there's so many sort of variables in it.
Double 9. Oh,
it is spicy. So we've got them. The English are the favourite. Second favourite is an absolute dream pairing. It's the Dutch. It's Michael van Gerwen. It's Jan van Veen.
Oh, beautiful pairing.
Just lovely. So Michael van Gerwen, who didn't do it last year because he decided to go on holiday, and said he might never do it again, has been pulled back in. And I do wonder whether or not he sees in Jan van Veen a player of the caliber where he's like, fine, with no disrespect to Danny Noppert, who partnered with Van Veen last year, or Vioba Genius, or Van Barneveld. I think he's probably like, actually, this is a really fun moment. They get on. They've got quite a fun little relationship.
Yeah, Jan van Veen often talks about how much he loves Van Gerwen. He's basically his hero. He just loves everything about him, and he sees him as like a real role model and father-son relationship on the Oki. So that would be lovely to see.
It's a sort of master-apprentice pair.
Yes.
And if they're both on, I mean, again, they're both like have that level. They both had pretty indifferent seasons. I mean, MVG has literally just won the Nordic Masters.
We're seeing flashes of MVG's brilliant best,
but
inconsistency is rife.
He's been out partying.
Hashtag messy divorce.
Messy divorce. He's getting punched in the face. He's appearing at King's Day raves. He's been at it. Jan van Veen's just bought himself a flash new motor.
But he's also plagued by kidney stones.
So it's tricky. So they've got... I think they'll be getting less shit from the Germans.
Sure.
You'd imagine.
Yeah, you feel like there's a...
But if they can do it, it's such a like it was because it was kind of will they, won't they? Sort of Ross and Rachel, if you will, of World Cup pairings. They were sort of flirting with it, and I think I kind of always sensed MVG. I think as soon as MVG was like maybe, I was like, he's doing it.
Yeah. I mean, that is a tasty partnership, And I hope we see GVV getting back to some of the darts we've seen him play, like at the Worlds, when he looked like he was going to be at those very, very top levels. And I know he's dropped off a little bit.
Yeah.
But hopefully being paired with MVG might be a nice little shot in the arm for him to try and find some form again.
Being paired with MVG would be so scary.
Of course.
He'd be so angry.
Yeah.
And so I would just find him such an over kind of domineering presence.
Imagine being paired up with MVG. You're at the Worlds, and imagine the pressure of a double of knowing if you miss, MVG's going to be furious at you.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about this, like the pressure of just like some bloke in the pub watching you through. Imagine that bloke is Michael van Gerwen.
And if you lose, he loses.
Yeah. Which is odd because even though he loses plenty these days, he still thinks he's the best player in the world. It's like having it's like all the Portuguese players and they got Ronaldo there. He's actually miles past his best.
Yeah.
But I don't think MVG is. I think MVG is still trying to kind of get in the groove of it. I'd hope a bit of national pride. I hope that disgusting orange top is going to give him a bit of sort of patriotic pride.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching those two play together. I think they could be a real force.
It's box office, and it's understandable they're second favourites. MVG's won it quite a few times in the past. I think he's won it 4 times in times gone by. But that's definitely the best pairing they've had for a while.
Definitely.
With no disrespect to Danny Nopper.
No disrespect to Nopper or the Obi Genius, who are both on their day phenomenal players. But that's a winning partnership.
It's a step up.
That's a winning partnership, MVG, GVV.
It is. I think if it was, I think the thing with MVG at the moment is that he is so inconsistent. And I didn't watch the Nordics, but by all accounts, he almost went out in the semis to kind of to World 92, and then nearly lost to Humphreys. Like he kind of gets through, but he's not at it. And I do wonder if someone like Danny Nopper, who's kind of just consistently been getting better and better, would have been a better pairing. But that's the beauty of the World Cup, is that it's all based on cold hard facts.
Yeah,
cold hard cash. Actually,
cold hard cash. Yeah.
Genuinely.
Yeah, money talks.
And MVG's rolling in it.
He's the king. That's an exciting partnership.
So it's lovely. So we've got the Dutch, and then the third favourites from the bookies, because we're already barreling through these.
That's all right.
Is last year's winners, who we've talked about a fair bit, but Dower Rock.
That's what they call.
That's
them.
what we call. But Dower Rock partnership.
The Dower Rock partnership.
Daryl Gurney and Josh Rock, Super Chin and Rocky, 2 of the best lads in the sport.
Oh, wonderful boys.
Just in different years, I'd say. Sort of Josh Rock obviously had a real stinker at the beginning of the Premier League.
Very tough start to the Prem season. He had that Stephen Bunting sort of made it to the big leagues and seemed to be really, really feeling the pressure. But he was getting a bit of form back towards the end of the Premier League, and that wonderful 9 in Belfast. And yeah, I think he's definitely finding his form again.
They'll be pumped up as well.
Yeah.
And I think also to our earlier point about the pairs, like if you know that as a pair you've done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you've got that feeling.
And they're very close. I mean, we saw the scenes last year, but as a duo, they've got a real unbeatable spirit, I think, between them. They love each other. There was a lot of kissing last year.
I think Daryl Gurney, by all accounts, is just a top bloke. Like
he seems like such a good
Callum Ridds, when he at the Worlds, after he had that sort of did a very emotional speech after one of his games, and he was just saying, I think he'd beaten Gurney. But he was just saying like all this stuff with Callum Ridds was having a real tough time. His granddad was unwell, and he was like, Gurney's been texting me every single day, just checking how I am.
What a guy.
That's a night out that I would be deeply, deeply emasculated on. They would bully me.
Yeah.
And they would tie me to a lamp. Actually, I think they'd just leave me in a pub. I think they'd just be like, that guy sucks.
They ditch you. You'd be ditched. Ditched by Gurney.
Yeah.
Gurney looks like the kind of guy that could drink 50 pints and it not even slightly touch him, Like the kind of guy that is just sculling pints.
Yeah.
And you never know when he's pissed or not. He just remains the same. Like just untouchable by pints. I can't see him getting sloppy.
No, to our discussion about tops earlier as well, it will be a shame because he normally has the 6-pack on his darts,
which is
top,
real nice.
which
yeah.
they won't be putting on the
very,
Northern Irish ones.
It's very sort of saucy barbecue apron kind of.
Like Michelangelo's David.
Yeah. Yeah, always funny, the 6-pack on there. Unless you've got, as we've discussed before, unless you've got a 6-pack when it's not funny. Looking at you, Gezzy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tricky. I want, it's tricky because I want England to win because I'm a patriot.
More than some would say.
You see my other newsletter. And because I want them to stick it to those booing Germans.
Yeah, of course.
But also I like an underdog. They're not necessarily, an underdog would be Mexico.
Sure.
But you want I don't think Mexico will win it, which would make them a real underdog.
Yeah. That's going to be tough for them, not entering.
But were the English to go out dramatically again, Martin Schindler has his way. It would be lovely to see them go back to back.
Oh, of course. Yeah, definitely personal second favourites for me would be the Northern Irish boys to win it.
Because they're British.
They're British, yeah, they're British. And, all the home nations really, I'm happy for any of the home nations to get to lift the trophy.
Gurney's been on his soapbox a little bit about the booing, which again, I think just like everyone calm down with the boo chat. You're going to get booed.
I think you just have to get over the booing. And if it's there now, and the more you talk about it, the more people are going to do it. You just have to kind of ignore it which is easy for me to say, sat at home booing.
Also, you're a brave man to boo Daryl Gurney.
He'd batter you.
Come boo to his face.
Yeah, exactly. He'd absolutely batter you.
On that, I've mentioned this to you earlier, but at the Nordic Masters, to go back to the Dutch, Michael van Gerwen was getting shit in a crowd from a bloke dressed as Elvis Presley.
You don't get that in many sports.
You don't, and had him evicted.
Love that. Get out. Get out.
Which is humiliating. And there's some kind of thought that he's somehow part of the PDC.
Well, the Elvis guy.
Yeah, it's not like a conspiracy. They got like a guy undercover dressed as Elvis, security. But he was just saying that he was distracting Michael to such an extent that he had him kicked out.
Wow. Well, good on him.
Yeah, I think so.
There's got to be a point, there has to be a line that they shouldn't cross. I mean, we all saw Clayton sort of giving the wanker sign to someone. And if Johnny Clayton if you're making Johnny Clayton do that, you've done something wrong. Like, there has to be something maybe brought in around doubles and shouting as people are throwing and stuff like that.
What do you think the worst fancy dress is to be thrown out of an event wearing?
It's a good question.
Being one of the Spice Girls from the Worlds would be quite bad. If you're just outside as Jerry.
Yeah.
You're just in your Union Jack dress with your like tatty ginger wig on. Just like having a fag and waiting for your mates to come out.
Any kind of one where you're a big group and it's funny that you're in a big group and you're by yourself.
Any sort of makeup. Like if you've got a full green face and you're Shrek, the Joker's very fun. I would have all Jokers kicked out anyway, and they can form a little group outside.
Why so serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, being kicked out of any of the Jokers. I always remember
you can't get a bus home on your own if you're just like one.
Yeah, there was always a couple, and they had really elaborate burger and chip costumes. He was a burger and she was a packet of chips. And I just thought, if they get separated, it is just a guy in a burger costume.
I think that's all right. I think of all the things to do, it's like
he just looks like, why have you come to the Dutch dressed as a burger?
If you're a 118 man, you could just jog home.
Yeah.
The main one is like you can't get on a bus.
You can't get on a bus. Yeah. Any of the very large, the large ones. Shreks are very. Ali G's. Being by yourself as Ali G must be a real sad moment. Because obviously the funny thing about that is when you see 10 Ali G's around one table.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're on the bus by yourself, just dressed as Ali G.
Austin Powers is good.
Austin Powers is really
being thrown out as Austin Powers. extra points if you stay in character as you're being thrown out. They're like, oh, not so groovy, baby.
You're not being very shaggy.
You're killing my mojo, baby. Like,
yeah, not being very shagadelic, baby.
This is not shagadelic at all, baby.
Should be put in the back of a police van.
Oh, Michael, not very shagadelic, baby. Should be like pulled out.
They beat you with truncheons. Yeah. I think we might have to go. Maybe double Austin Powers.
Yeah. That's good. You could be Felicity Shagwell.
Good knowledge.
Yeah.
Good Powers knowledge.
That's good. That's good. So anyway, that's Northern Ireland. Up next, we've got this is a fun pairing. So we've got Scotland, big old shake-up.
Yeah, of course, famously. They've mixed up their partners through recent years.
It's been quite a few. Gary Anderson's been sort of broadly consistent. They're kind of big two, obviously, historically, for the last, 20 odd years. The big two Scottish players have obviously been Gary Anderson, Peter Snakebite Wright. Peter Wright I don't even know where he is. No one's seen him.
He's in his Grinch cave.
Yeah.
Peter Wright, also famously not that Scottish.
Yes. Yeah. He did hone his skills throwing darts into a Scottish tree.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But stepping into those big Grinch gloves, we've got Cameron Menzies.
And he's going to need gloves.
He is going to need.
If his hands are going to take the kind of punishment. Water drinks tables petrified everywhere as Cameron Menzies returns to the stage.
Yes. Yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking
those
about,
tables down.
Cameron Menzies famously had a bit of a meltdown at the Worlds and absolutely battered the trunk of the table on stage, fracturing his hand.
Yes, I think he severed the tendons in his hand, and I think the feeling hasn't fully returned.
Yeah.
I'm a big Cameron Menzies guy. Sort of troubled genius, capable of moments of brilliance. That really resonates with me.
I remember first becoming aware of Cameron Menzies when he was taking a picture of himself mending a toilet in the day.
Yes.
And he was playing in the Worlds at night.
Yeah.
And I love shit like that. So he was there kneeling down in front of a bog, taking a selfie, saying, just got to fix this bog, then off to the Worlds. And I'm like, this is the sport for me. He's
great. And he's a very, very good player as well. But it's a big old partnering up with, arguably the best Scottish player of the last 40 years.
Yeah.
I mean, 40 years, that's a big binary, but best Scottish player of his generation in Gary Anderson, two-time back-to-back world champion. Also had an absolutely, you don't see as much of Anderson throughout the year because he's pretty choosy about what tournaments he does.
And he didn't do the Worlds for a while because I remember it was Peter Wright and
Suter.
And Big John Henderson as well.
Oh, yeah.
It used to be, and that was a lovely partnership, actually, Peter Wright and John Henderson. And yeah, Suter as well. So Anderson, in recent years, not been stepping up for the World Cup, but it feels like he's back for these sort of big tourneys now.
He's just constantly box office.
Yeah.
And it would just be he showed at the Worlds as well. Like when he's got his mind set on something, the cash prize isn't enough to motivate him as at the Worlds. But he's driven by two things: cash and his desire to be playing long enough so that he can destroy his son once he goes pro.
Yeah, those are his big goals. He wants to make more money for as little effort as possible. He also does not want to travel that much, and he doesn't want to play. Or he wants to make out that he doesn't care. But I think he cares more than he lets on.
Yeah, I think he cares more than he lets on. I think he trains more than he lets on. Apparently his son, I was trying to find the quote about him wanting to destroy his son. Apparently his son is a very, very good youth player.
Of course he is. His dad's Gary Anderson.
Yeah.
Of course he's tasty. Stephen Bunting's lad's meant to be on the up as well.
Bunting's sort of, they're sort of, a social media duo.
Yeah, because he looks like a little mini Stephen Bunting as well.
It's very sweet. It is like when they do those Simpsons flashback episodes and they all just look like
proper mini Bunting with this big big glasses on. But yeah, Gary Anderson will be, again, he's box office. Menzies a trouble genius. That's an exciting
It's
partnership.
a really like fun pair.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know, just something like it was a surprise to me. I didn't know, I didn't even know that Anderson was doing it. And then when we sort of researching for this episode, and it is research.
It is research.
It is research.
Yeah. It's work.
In the comments of dartnews.com. They do not like the women presenters.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so
They love
weird.
calling people airheads,
Love that.
which is a real
Real throwback.
it's a throwback.
A real throwback.
It posts on the side of the Dart News website. But I think the comments from every article are pulled into this one thread. So you're seeing every single one of them without any context at all. So it'll be someone just like ardently defending James Wade and then someone calling any of the female pundits airheads.
Which we don't want to see.
No, you don't want you don't want to see at all. Some fucking respect.
Have some respect. And they're not as well. They really know their stuff.
Yeah. Bizarre. Also, if we're talking airheads, I'd say the male comms team.
Wayne Mardle's the biggest airhead. Biggest airhead going.
Yeah. With respect.
With respect. No.
What a man. But yeah, it's a fun pair who potentially could go very far. I think like in my mind, it's a stag do for those two.
Yeah.
They're just like, we're going to Frankfurt for the weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a big tear up. I'd love to. Menzies, obviously, a guy that wears his heart on his sleeve is an understatement.
Yeah.
So you can see like a doubles pairing for him could be really, I don't know, like.
It could go one of the, because in one way it's a crutch.
Yeah. He's got a bit of support up there with big Gary Anderson.
His emotional support dog is Gary Anderson.
Yeah, if I was going to play in a major tournament, if there was one man I'd want up there with me, it'd be Gary Anderson. Like,
I'd feel far more safe about missing with Gary Anderson behind me than I would MVG.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully with the little, if Gary Anderson could really bring out the best of Cameron Menzies, which the best of Cameron Menzies is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Like really, really good player. So that's an exciting partnership to see unfold.
It'll be interesting because of Menzies' past reactions to crowd strife. You'd imagine the Germans will be saving some of their vitriol for him.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, this is not a sport where previous breakdowns have gone unnoticed.
Past tantrums will come back to haunt you.
Yeah. That's a big motivator of pelters. So you feel like. Yeah, someone will be bringing that up to him on a fairly regular basis.
Just the entire sport of darts sort of crowd reactions is a real pushback on the idea that men should open up about their feelings because it is weaponized.
Yeah, if you
10,000 Germans will weaponize your mental health struggles.
Yeah, you should open up about your mental health, but beware, it will be used against you.
Yeah, after you've retired. Yeah. Write a tell-all.
Yeah.
Show no weakness.
Yeah. So we look forward to seeing that, and hopefully they get to the latter stages.
It'll be good. They have the privilege of going in a bit later. So
for sure. Yeah, the groups will be not their problem.
Yeah. So there'll be a few scalps already out there. We've also got the home team. The Germans, home turf, famously dumping out England last year. It wasn't nice to see again as a patriot.
Yeah, of course.
But it was nice to see as a huge fan of Martin Schindler.
We like Schindler. He seems like a nice guy. I like Pikachu as well. Pikachu
weirds me out slightly. In that, like, what I don't like about him, but what a facet of his behavior that I don't like is when he's losing, he starts to kind of like play like, oh, I don't care, and he's sort of like, and I find that a bit like, just like take your beating.
Yeah, receive your punishment.
And of which this year it's kind of mad in a way that that's the pair. There was a lot of talk that they were maybe going to try and replace him, but obviously the numbers are what the numbers are, so they can't get rid of him. But like, he's been averaging 80 throughout the year. Like,
Not
he's been
good
doing
enough.
this. He dropped out of a Players' Championship game 2 legs in the other day, just packed it in because he was averaging 60.
Oof, that's no good.
Yeah.
Who would you say is the third best German dart? Like, who was the closest to potentially replacing him?
Clemens,
That's a good shout.
probably.
Yeah, Clemens. Yeah,
What's his nickname again?
the German Giant.
Yeah,
and he
that's
is a
good.
big boy.
Yeah,
he's a big boy. Yeah, I really like Schindler, obviously, and I don't think it's just because he's short.
No, it's because, well, 2 things. One, he comes out to Rammstein.
Yes.
And then when he doesn't come out to Rammstein, he comes out to In the End by Linkin Park.
Which is real nice.
That's good stuff. Like, it's real. There's not enough new metal in darts.
No.
And there should be. It's a surprise.
There's a bit, but not enough.
If you were to come out to any new metal song, what would you come out to?
Oh, that's a great shout. That's a really good shout.
So many Limp Bizkit ones.
Anything off Chocolate Starfish.
Yeah. Break Stuff, which is the album before, would be good.
Yeah,
Roll In.
Yeah, Roll In. Yeah.
Just imagine you're standing there and you're, all right, partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep on rolling,
can
baby.
you imagine the Milton Keynes Arena going off when that comes on?
Yeah.
Wow. Martin Schindler and Pikachu.
Yeah. You feel like that rests on, Martin Schindler will be getting all of the love.
Yeah.
They absolutely love him.
Yeah, and you can see why.
He's just
cracking little player as well.
Great little player. He's so patronising.
So patronising.
Well done, Martin. Great little player. Great little walk-on song. 2 great little walk-on songs, actually.
I do like Pikachu coming onto the Pokemon themes,
Yeah, that's class.
I like that.
But again, it's one of those ones where it's like very silly to then come out and be throwing absolute shite.
That's the problem.
Is tricky.
That's the problem.
So it'll be interesting. I think he's got dartitis quite badly, it would seem.
He's not in good form.
And Clemens will be sitting at home.
Yeah.
Big
in his big giant castle.
Yeah. Couple of Bratwursts on the go. Few Pilsners.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some sauerkraut.
Yeah. And then it
will literally be a sauerkraut. It'll be
good stuff. That's really good stuff.
That's silly stuff.
That's really good stuff.
Anyway,
more great journalism.
From
the Good Darts podcast.
That's good stuff. All right,
Can't teach
that. The final favourite that we'll be getting into is the Welsh boys, Johnny Clayton and Nick Kenny.
Nick Kenny, pardon my ignorance.
Yes.
Who the fuck is Nick Kenny?
He's good. He's Welsh number 3.
Is he?
Well, he must be.
Yeah, he must be.
Obviously, it would be. So normally it would be Clayton and Goen Price,
which is a cracking,
which is a really great pair. They got to the final.
Final.
They would have been seeded as well.
And they've got good spirit between them. They get on. They're nice Welsh boys.
Yeah. But Gezzy didn't fancy it this year. Sort of did this weird thing where he cited. He was like, "Oh, I'm not going to do it." He alluded if he wasn't playing great, and I was like, well, "You're in the playoff of the Premier League."
Yeah,
he's got a lot of extracurricular activities. Does Gezzy?
Gezzy is got his fingers in a lot of pies. He's got the fish and chip shop,
professional pool.
He's starting to play professional pool. He's selling his tops.
He's got a lot of merch to go. Oh yeah, he's missed. He'll actually be outside the arena flogging scarves.
Yeah, half and half scarves.
Yeah.
He's climbing Penny Fan.
He's endorsing reform. He's got.
Excuse me. They're all doing that. They've all got to do that at some point.
Yeah, but that's not. Let's just separate the art from the artist.
Yeah, come on.
And what an artist he is.
He is. Yeah, it's a big miss, Gezzy. Probably the biggest miss at the top table.
Nick Kenny's a good player, but Gezzy Price is blockbuster.
Box office.
And those two are just.
That's a lovely. That for me, it's one of the all-time great World Cup partnerships. Previous winners, of course.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a box office partnership. 2 lovely Welsh lads.
you've now got to think that if you're, I mean, in a way, I guess you want to play the best, but if you're, the Thailand darts team, the duo, and you're thinking probably get a nice easy draw against like Haiti, or the country of one of the 48 nations that are in there. And then it's like, oh, by the way, you're going to be playing Johnny Clayton. Yeah,
Johnny Clayton is going to absolutely destroy some of those group games. We're going to see the finger point for the maximum. We're going to see the sort of fist punch of the hands.
Yeah.
We're going to see that beautiful little barrel body in all its glory.
You better hope that gout's not flaring up.
Because you know what time it is. If it's gout time, you're in fucking trouble.
If Clayton's limping, you're losing.
The man is powered by gout.
Fire in the belly, swelling in the foot. He's
that big toe. That big toe sore. You're shit out of luck.
Yeah. Get back to Bangkok, boys.
Clayton's going to tuck some people away.
Yeah.
Single-handedly,
But if he runs out, you've got a chance.
Yeah. If Johnny Clayton will single-handedly send some people home.
Yeah. I guess for anyone who doesn't know, this is our theory, but Johnny Clayton's a better player.
Yeah, well, I mean,
with gout,
the stats don't lie.
He's like Daredevil.
When he had gout, he was fantastic.
Yeah.
The stats don't lie. So yeah, we'll be hope and a nice opportunity for Nick Kenny.
Yeah,
represent his country, and we wish him well.
We do wish him well, whoever he is.
Whoever you are, good luck.
Yeah.
He gets. I mean, playing darts as a pair with Johnny Clayton would be an absolute dream for anyone. So. I would love to imagine Johnny Clayton being your partner. I don't think he'd be pissed off if you missed.
Again, he'd be supportive.
He wouldn't be pissed off. He'd say, "Don't worry about it."
He'd put an arm on your shoulder.
Definitely, I'd love that. In fact, if I could pick a partner, it would be Johnny Clayton. I think he would be the most supportive out of any of them.
Yeah.
And as we've said many times on this podcast, I just reckon he's such good value in the boozer.
Big time. He wouldn't leave you behind in the pub. I think he's
getting everyone home.
Yeah.
He's putting you in a cab.
Big time.
And he's paying the
cabbie.
He's
stopping Daryl Gurney from beating you up.
He's putting you in a cab and he's paying the cabbie.
Yeah. Or he knows the cabbie.
He knows the yeah.
We'll stick it on the tab.
It's his cousin.
Yeah.
He'll take you home.
What a man.
Good luck to the Welsh.
What a man. So those are the big favourites.
Big favourites.
Few honourable mentions. I'll just read you out the other favourites. And for Belgium could do well. You've got Mike de Decker and Dimitri van der Berg.
Yeah.
Dimitri, after just sort of seemingly just plummeting to...
Such a weird drop-off for the Dream Maker.
I think he started. I think, and we'll cut this if not. I think he started playing a bit better this year.
That's good.
He's got a bit more of the. He's loving the sport a bit more.
That's good because he was so good and constantly in the latter stages of all the big tournaments, and then just sort of post Pando just seemed to absolutely drop off. And again, one of those people that you found very hard to watch them do a silly dance at the start of their game as a trademark and then play some of the worst darts you'll see on the PDC stage.
Yeah, it's tricky watching them do a funny dance and then lose. And not just lose, just play
really
some
dreadfully,
real toilet darts. They've good. Mike de Decker.
And the Belgians have got lots of options as well. Your Kim Huybrechts of the world, I think. And I think there's always been a bit of thing with the Belgians that some of them in the past haven't got on. There's been a little bit of friction in the Belgian camp of previous years.
Very mild-mannered friction, I
imagine. Very, very tepid friction. But hopefully we can see Dimmy finding a bit of form. And the World Cup is a perfect place, you feel like, to start rebuilding.
But again, he can sort of just pass it on to poor old Dedeker.
And if you're, really struggling to check out, this can be a really good way of getting through that if you've got someone to check out for you, basically.
Yeah. They should do one where they pair you up with an amateur.
That would be fun.
To be fair, I think they do that at
do they?
Sort of on YouTube and
that would be
sort of
like a pro-am.
Yeah. That would be good. Poland, you've got Ratajski.
Yeah, Polish Eagle.
Nah, great player, great guy. Republic of Ireland's a lot of fun.
So let me think. It's got to be Willie O'Connor.
Yeah.
And O'Dolan?
Mansell.
Oh, Mickey Mansell.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nice. Oh, Brendan Dolan, I think, is Northern Irish, actually. I love his whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, I think he is Northern Irish. Yeah, Mickey Mansell, not a friend of the pod. After his beef with best friend of the pod, Michael Smith.
We're very much Team Smith here. So
However, Willie is such a great friend of the pod.
we love Big Willie O'Connor.
That, yeah, Willie, you can bring your mate. Yeah, fine, you can bring Mickey if he's sound.
Yeah, Willie O'Connor, he gets a pass. He's that much of a ledge that Mickey Mansell gets a pass for this tournament.
He should also, on the walk-on stuff, they should let him you just be like, yeah, you just put Zombie on.
Just put Zombie on. In fact, that's probably how they should do it. If someone's got a belt,
just pick the best tune.
Just put the best tune, because Zombie, I want to hear that.
They should all just cut. Every country comes out to Zombie.
Yeah,
all 48 teams.
Yeah, that would be great.
Come out to Zombie.
That would be great.
It's a shame, because if a Japanese Stephen Bunting was playing, they should all come out to That's the Way. I like it.
That's a bit of fun. No JSB, that's a shame. Yeah, so we'll look forward to the Irish lads, and we'll give Mickey Mansell a pass for this tournament. But afterwards, Mickey,
then let's catch you on your own.
Yeah. Yeah. Think about what
by that I mean playing solo in a tournament.
Yeah. Think about what you said about Michael Smith.
Anyway. Sweden, we've got De Graaf and Oscar Lukasiak. We're missing our boy from the Worlds.
Dirty Harry.
Yeah.
Harrison.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he couldn't go pro, so he's back at
Q school.
Yeah, but he was trying to quit his job at like a window making factory.
Oh,
he couldn't do it because he didn't get his tour card. So
he's probably can't get the time off work.
Yeah. I think also the other two are more highly rated. And then we touched on this a bit at the beginning, but you've got Australia.
Australia, who used to be World Cup sort of latter stage merchants, and Heta and Whitlock were a great little.
I think you've got mixed feelings about Heta.
Well, I think he's a plonker.
I like him.
I like him.
We got followed on TikTok by a Damien Heta, and I went, "Hello." It's just
not the Damien Heta.
Just a mad Aussie fan account.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I do like Damon Heta. I find the flame wig,
Dragon Ball Z hat.
The Dragon Ball Z hat. It doesn't rev my engine. The big silly horseshoe mustache. Things I do like, how strong his glasses are. That make his eyes look absolutely enormous. I'm a big fan of that. He's got real bottle end glasses, and when he's looking at the board, it's like he's got two magnifying glass on his eye. Really funny.
Yeah.
I
like his vibe. I like he does a funny dance. I like him doing his like when he collects the energy. For years I didn't know.
I don't know what
I hadn't watched Dragon Ball Z, so I didn't understand. I just thought it was like a fun thing he did.
I didn't get the reference either.
I don't know if it makes it better or worse that it's Dragon Ball Z.
I think it was
45.
I think it was after my time Dragon Ball Z. So I think a lot of the time when I saw him doing it, I didn't know it was.
Are you sure? Because I think Damon Heta's time might be your time.
No, he's younger than me. He's much younger than me, I think. I think he's late 30s, isn't he? I don't know. Anyway, I do like Damon Heta. I do think he's a bit of a plonker, but that's not a bad thing.
Yeah. You think there'd be better Aussies? I mean, he is very, very good.
You think there'll be more Aussies at the top?
It's a culture that supports sort of.
Oh, no, but I used to be a big Simon the Wizard Whitlock guy. I mean, for me, I put him in the sort of all-time great dark characters.
Yeah.
Your Wolfies. Yeah, your Ted Hankins.
For God's sake. Not again. I have to keep cutting these episodes down. They keep...
like, I always like how wrestlers have like, the iconic characters, your Wolfies, your Wizards, your Counts.
Yeah. The Wizard is such a great name as well.
Yeah, and I like it. Yeah, so I'm a big Simon Whitlock guy.
He's also the exception that proves the rule about white people with dreadlocks.
Weirdly,
like we're here in Bristol, which is the world capital of white people with dreadlocks.
That's true.
And I have got no time for it.
Yeah, but you feel like Whitlock gets the pass somehow.
I feel like Whitlock's formed naturally, and then he just built an entire personality around it.
Yeah, they're very dirty.
Yeah,
clearly very.
But no,
big miss.
He's.
I'll be rooting. I want Heta and the other one to do.
Adam Leake.
Oh yeah, Adam Leake, the Leakman.
Yeah. All right. Finally, a few honourable mentions. A few of our favourite characters from from tournaments past will be there representing their countries. So we mentioned it, we've got Nitin Kumar,
Yeah.
who, for those of you who watch the Worlds, which was obviously sort of all darts fans, Nitin Kumar for Royal Bengal.
Yeah.
Caused a huge upset. Great shirt, big white thing with a big tiger on it.
Great shirt, great look. Great hair.
Incredible hair.
Gorgeous guy.
Yeah.
Probably up there with the best looking dartsmen.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Had a real big upset. He beat Richard Veenstra.
Yeah.
In a really great game, and then Bunting just absolutely wiped the floor with him in the next game. It was,
but was one of the lovely stories of the world. So it's nice to see him again, and hopefully his compatriot can they can put some performances together.
Yeah, do you want to just give us 5 minutes on Ankit Goenka and just tell us?
Obviously, what else is there to say about it?
What can I say that hasn't been said before?
What can I say? He's definitely the second best player coming out of India right now. And I'll stand on that.
Yeah.
You can quote me on that. He's the second best player coming out of India.
That's a good darts guarantee.
Yeah.
We've got the boys from Japan.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Glaring omission in my mind.
The JSB. Yeah, no Japanese Stephen Bunting.
Mitsuko Tatsunami, the Japanese Stephen Bunting.
Yeah.
Called because he is a bit overweight. I mean, there's no real reason why he's called the Japanese Stephen Bunting, but it's very funny. Comes out to that's the way I like it, which is a considerably better walk on than Titanium.
Yeah, really good vibe. He's got his arrows in a little sort of quiver.
Yeah, but he still wears all game, wraparound
neck.
shades.
Yeah, he's ticking a lot of boxes for me.
Funny little sort of side. It's like a comb over, but he's got hair.
Yeah.
He's like shaved aside in it. Haircut for a man 30 years younger than him.
Yeah. He's ticking a lot of boxes for me.
So he'll be missed.
Big omission. But the other Japanese lads are good value.
We've got Sakai.
Yeah, who was great at the Worlds.
He comes out to some mad sort of Japanese manga punk song.
He's got good hair.
He's got great hair.
He's got a good vibe. He comes out in like a very sort of happy way.
This is a huge generalization, but a lot of the players from the Asian tour are a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
They've got good branding.
Yeah. You feel like he'll be good value at the World Cup.
Also a very good player, of the sort of the lesser darting nations.
Yeah. That next level down from the
there's often quite a strong sort of there's at least 2 Japanese representatives at the Worlds.
Yeah.
All right, but I think that's probably plenty of World Cup preview. Yeah, it kicks off Thursday.
This Thursday.
You can probably watch a bit of it before you sit down for the football, but England don't play in the football till the following Wednesday, so you could get all of the World Cup of darts action out of the way. It's
a great tournament if you are. Yeah, if you're sort of a fringe darts viewer, the World Cup is it's probably my second favourite tournament after the Worlds.
Just nice to have it shaken up a little bit.
It just keeps it spicy. The pairs element I really enjoy. It's definitely one of my highlights of the darting calendar. So very excited for it to
great.
kick off.
Tune in, enjoy it. And we'll see you.
Yeah, we'll have
next week.
We'll have a review of everything that goes on. Hopefully, come on, Lukes. But also everyone else.
All the other lads, have fun.
Enjoy yourself.
All right. Goodbye.